Welcome to a brand new show called Arna Beer's Gears and Riffs, powered by LSR Little Star Studios, supported by Achaar Ghar, Tootle, Inline Creation, and Guitar Shop. Before I go ahead, yeah, that's good beer. All right, your show is dedicated to the art and the craftsmanships of all the guitarists of this country. Tinarko passion, Tinarko dedication, Tinarko complete dedication towards their craft and all these years that they've played. We're going to have a bunch of guitarists come on this show, explain their stories, tell me what they've done during this lockdown and how they've spent their time looking forward into the future. Today is a very special guest that I have in this studio, one of the champions of the modern guitars here in Nepal music industry. Wahako guitaring skills, Wahako guitaring talent is lauded across Nepal and कतै कतै चाहिँ मान्छेहरूले सनी एसटी जस्तो बजाउनु पर्छ है प्र्याक्टिस रुममा भनिरहेको हुन्छ. So without further ado, the man from Jindabaad, the Axeman from Jindabaad, and the most eligible bachelor in the guitarist music industry, I'd like to welcome on the show, Mr. Sunny ST. Sir,
Cheers, man.
Finally.
Finally. Thank you.
All right. Your bottle sakaunu पर्छ by the time we finish the show. Sunny, how are you, my friend?
All good, man. How are you keeping?
कस्तो बितिरहेछ lockdown? Oh, post lockdown भनौँ अब.
Post lockdown. Post lockdown is I'm very much used to just being at home. After I left my job. So during the lockdown we were pretty much busy working on the previous batch of the guitars. And that was, when was the lockdown? March, yeah. We started in Jan, and throughout the whole lockdown we finished the whole batch and we're on to the next one. So yeah, pretty much really focused. Actually, like we were quite efficient during the lockdown, I'd say.
Wow. So lockdown well spent.
Yeah. Not lockdown is not good for everybody, but yeah. For us,
you do what you have to do. Yeah. मलाई याद छ हामीले last show बजाएको सँगै नै थियो before the lockdown. Everything happened. It was the Shivratri concert that we played in Purple Haze, the Shivratri concert, right? Your time सम्झिँदाखेरि, and then to see what we've become and where we've come, like when do those gigs ever come back now?
No, I think we already had a hint of COVID by then.
Even back then, yeah.
Because I remember like telling the guys that I'm very much worried about this gig.
Yeah. This was like early March. Yeah. And still COVID.
No, I think it was in December or something. No, after December.
No, this was early March when this happened, because it was Shivratri.
Yeah.
So it was 8th of March. Yeah, that's right. I still remember that passion of so many people packed into Purple Haze. And अब सोच्छु okay, when will that time finally come back? 2021, 2022?
Let's hope soon, man, because it's really difficult for people like us.
Yeah. Not me,
but you are like very much used to being on the stage.
Yeah.
It should be like very difficult for you.
Well, yeah, ASM1 ko album launch was something that we were planning for such a freaking long time, but it is what it is. It's hopefully we come back stronger through all of this.
Yeah.
Speaking of how you spent your lockdown, you spent it preparing the new batch of the guitar. Tell me more about that batch. Like, have you shipped it out yet, or?
Yeah, that's all done and gone.
Okay.
And throughout the whole this batch especially, like we were like updating technology wise and revised steps and everything, so it's a huge new step for us.
Fantastic.
And the next one's going to be even more exciting.
Wow.
Hopefully. But the COVID's taking a toll on everybody, and so did we. We had a hard time because we started with a longer list, and which was like short listed, it was like the whole list got so short, like everybody started cancelling. But we're okay for now, like we're catching up. So we're starting on the next batch, and we don't have like not much guitars, but we'll survive enough to put food on our plates, I'd say. Yeah,
that's the best we can do. Let's rewind the clock a little bit. But is it one of the first photos I've seen you on stage is you wearing these sunglasses with little or no hair, playing Joe Satriani's summer song?
No, not sunglasses. My oval glasses, you mean? Power glasses.
I was trying to make you look cool. So I remember that photo, right? This is back in 2002.
No, that was back in with the hat.
At-
That was
yeah.
2004.
2004.
Mm.
Wow. And you've been playing music like that for a very long time.
I would no. I mean, that's actually my start in my career, gigging.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing guitar in 1998, but I mean, I was on stage in 2001.
Yes.
So that was the very first gig of mine, playing Satriani in front of like huge people.
Yeah.
Huge people.
Yeah. Where was
People.
that show?
That was in Tamil. There was a little place called Hot Pot.
Yes.
It doesn't exist anymore. I mean, but yeah, I mean that was the turning point for me.
Wow. And even back then, you had a tendency to play instrumental guitar tracks. When nobody around you was playing that, like Joe Strata and that, or was it being cultivated?
No, it was quite strange. I mean, maybe because just the music I listened to back then, it was not much of vocal based. I mean, of course it was, but I don't know. I just very got, connected with the guitar, with the instrument. I think because before guitar, I was very much attracted to drums.
Mm-hmm.
Then after, I mean, if I were not a guitar player, I would definitely be a drummer. Sorry, and yeah, I mean that's how I got started. A friend of mine, no, actually my brother, he brought a cassette. A friend of ours, common friend of ours, gifted us a Joe Satriani Extremist.
Yeah.
And I put it on. We used to have back then. We used to have tapes.
Yeah, I love that.
Put
I
it
love
on,
that album.
and like, what kind of song is this? There's nobody singing, And you listen to it over and over again, and you get used to the melodies. And
Yeah.
okay, all right. So that's the message you kind of, you get from the, yeah. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, that's I think
it.
the Extremist, Headless Horseman. There's a bunch of tracks on that
Okay.
one. I think I still remember because
Extremist. Yeah, I think that was around. That was 2001. 2001. I played the gig. So I think that was around 99, 2000. I got introduced to Joe Satriani before anything.
yeah.
I mean, also there were like lots of other bands, Megadeth and Metallica, and we were
Yeah.
already playing that. But I mean, I don't know why I gravitated towards instrumental music.
But it was just the calling of the
Hence,
yeah. It was just the calling, I
Yeah.
guess. Talk to me about like you talked about saying guitar banaun thalnu bhako and things like that. When did it come into your mind that I need to make a guitar?
that's completely out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Because we live in such a country that we have no resources
Yes.
to anything.
Yeah.
We started off all with crappy, shitty guitars.
Yeah, we all did.
And
I had a Tronad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And because we, just not me, like the whole family, we're like very DIY family. We would love using our hands, doing everything,
Yes.
fixing, mending, everything. And even me and my brother, we inherited that skill.
Yes.
So throughout the whole journey, like whatever guitar we were playing, we used to fix it all by ourselves. Like back then, there were like no places to go mend, or no books, or no anything.
Yeah.
And just looking at the guitar, there's something wrong. I mean, it's not we were like really good players, but I mean, you hold the guitar and you can't play it. I mean, definitely we're not good players anyways, but I mean, there's something horribly wrong with the instrument. So we had to sort out our own ways, find how to fix it, and find the problems, and like luckily we succeeded. It was just a trial and error until you fail and find a way out.
That's one of the things. I don't know why I get messages about guitars. Anyway, you should message him. I don't know why.
I do get a lot of messages.
Yeah, I know.
Don't message me,
Yeah,
please.
message him. Don't message me. Like I get a lot of messages about this guitar and stuff, and the about आजकलको युवाहरू, आजकलको youngsters, they're starting with a Fender. They're starting with a Strat.
Exactly. That's a huge leap.
That's a
already.
huge leap. Like when we were starting playing the guitar, my God, the string was raised from the fretboard, and when you were trying to play it, your guitars would turn blue to green to black to all these colors and everything. And I would go, man, just
your fingers would turn blue.
Yeah, your fingers would turn
trying
blue.
to play with it.
Yeah, I still remember, and it's such a tapasya nahi ho at the end of the day. if you really want to be like you hear Eddie Van Halen stories, Slash stories, also even your story, it's like you have to be so dedicated.
Yeah, you have to. But I think if you're serious enough, then everybody would do that.
Yeah.
So have you?
Well, I tried.
So have I.
I tried. Sunny ST, मलाई यो गिटारको बारेमा, this beautiful guitar that you have in your hand, tell me more about it.
This is one of our headless models. We call it Raven. People might be wondering why all the animal names and
The
birds
Puffin,
names.
Raven.
Because I just watch a lot of. I used to watch a lot of Nat Geo and Discovery.
I still watch a lot of Nat Geo.
Exactly, I would watch it. I mean, if I had time.
तिमीले टुकान हालेको हैन, I
Yeah.
was so happy because somebody knows what a toucan
I mean,
is.
I love. I mean, we have to like give respect to every living being.
Yeah.
So hypocritical.
And the headless model. This is your famous one,
This
isn't
is
it?
the after the Superstrat.
Okay.
Phoenix. This is the second most popular headless. I don't know why people like headless. I mean, I do like headless because it's ergonomical and it's travel friendly.
Yes.
It's very light, and it accommodates lots of positions.
Yes.
Sitting positions.
Absolutely. Anyway, you can hold it.
Yeah, I mean, speciality about this guitar. I'm gonna blame it on the beer. Slip of my tongue. We have done something on the side dots different to what is usually on the guitars. Like rather than going with the round dots, we have capsule. We call this power capsules. I'm sorry, glue capsules. And something different to what I've been used to is the mahogany body, and we use 5-piece nicks on all of our builds actually, because it's just like it's more stable and also looks good, doesn't it?
It looks fantastic.
Thank you. And yeah, I mean, for the hardware we always use hip shot, and the pickups on this is Badger pickups. Like we have two types of humbuckers and one type of single coils. So Badger and Hyena for humbuckers, Chameleon for single coils. And yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I mean, I like it.
It looks good on you. Thank you. Your guitar चाहिँ अब as you said भन्नु पर्दा चाहिँ there's been a big rise in भनौँ न headless guitar को want to have the headless guitar as well. तर just this guitar looks so beautiful.
Thank you.
Even on stage, and I've seen you play it a couple of times. This looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Let's take it down a notch and come to your pedal board. Now I see you're using a digital pedal board instead of an analog pedal board. First of all, tell me why a digital pedal board?
Because analog is, I mean, it has always been an it's a hassle. I mean, analog pedals, it's expensive.
It's an endless thing, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, you just keep on adding and adding and adding, and physically it's just gonna get so big, it's impossible for you to like go anywhere with a bag. And you're gonna need an amp for that. And I am a kind of a musician who's always in front of a computer. And for me, an amp and analog pedals is a bit not convenient. So if I have a modeler like this, in case the fractal, if I have this, I just like it always goes into the interface and everything comes out in stereo, glorious stereo. All the time I switch it on. I mean, and it's convenient, I would say. I mean, you're into your DAW all the time. Like anything strikes, like you just record it. And when you are practicing, you're like, it's like full stereo practicing. Having said that, I mean, it's not that I don't love amps. I mean, that's my favorite amp. Laney. So that's what I have at home. During the building process, like after like setup, we set up all the guitars. Like I have to check it through my amp. I mean, I can't decide through this thing out of my monitors, but I have to check it through the real thing. That's when I know like if this is sounding right or not. You know. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just like depends upon the situation what is preferable for you. I don't know.
एउटा pedal board को खोजी पनि is a very long evolutionary process, right?
Mhm.
I think everybody goes through it.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to eventually settle down with a Boss GT1, which I think is fantastically handy. Helps me a lot in my music. What made you go to the Fractal AX8?
I don't know. This is like one of the best. This is the best. I mean, but for guitarists, it's fractal is just fractal, you know. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, that's not going to go wrong. It's very difficult to tweak.
Yeah.
It's quite tricky to tweak.
Yeah.
But also, what I felt was like, if I have an amp, I'm just gonna have one sound, and you know, like. But if you have a modeler, you have so much of options. Then you have a learning curve, you know, to like tweaking the sound,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna learn so much, like using a model complicated things. You'll try to find a way out, and throughout the process you're gonna learn a lot, you know. And like this has got so much of like so many things. I mean, it's been 2 years, and I've just been like I've just scratched the surface, and literally.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it sounds fantastic. Every time I'm on stage, like it's this exactly spot on the same sound.
That's fantastic. That's all you want.
Even now, I mean, this is my home setup, home preset, and out of these speakers, like
That's all. That's a great sound.
Yeah,
that you can
sounds
do.
like exactly the same way how I'm playing at home.
How does it sound? Let's hear how it sounds.
Really? Am I supposed to be playing?
Since the show is called Gears and Riffs,
Of course.
we got to talk about the riff. Just inspire गर्यो के तिमीलाई.
Mhm.
Like, what made you pick up the guitar when you heard that's the riff? I have to play that riff.
The very first riff that I played on the guitar was Smoke on the Water,
Cool.
like just like everybody else.
Just like
you know?
everybody else.
Because it could be done on a first thing, but I did on the E string. But the huge leap was like after I started, I got introduced to Metallica and Megadeth and every, you know, that kind of thing. So I would just say, like, I mean, throughout my, like, in my whole journey, like, Metallica riffs has got a lot to do, I would say, with the downstrokes and everything. So I mean, yeah, just should I?
Yeah, go for it.
I didn't do it.
I know. You
The
can
arrangement were
play this
everywhere.
riff with your mouth at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
and then it's
I mean, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I'm still gonna blame it on the beer.
Master of puppets. That's when you're playing that, right? When you're trying to get that sound out of the fractal, out of the AX set, what are you doing in terms of what are you trying to achieve outside the pedal?
Not really. I mean, I've just used one of my presets.
Fantastic.
That I've been.
Let's talk about this as well. एउटा कुरा चाहिँ के थियो भने the amount of presets that are available in all the gears that from Zoom GX देखि लिएर all of them, right? How much of the exploration of the presets has also helped in you know the music exploration? Have you explored of the preset and gone like, wow, I love this preset?
See, again, preset is just the quantity.
Yeah.
What matters is the quality.
Yeah.
Because I started from Zoom 505, like that, the legendary Zoom, no? Then, yeah, I mean, like switching from that to like many others, Korg, and I've just been like, I've just carried on with the digital pedals, so throughout, and presets is it's cool, and like You know, you set your sound like whatever you want to do, and you just set it. It's there. Whenever you want to go back, recall, just the press of a button.
Yeah.
Like if you were an amp, you have to go tweak, or you need numerous amps. You know, it's, I don't know. It's just convenient, I would say. It's not the best. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
There are still people, old school people, or like genuine people who prefer tube amps. I mean, so do I.
Yeah. So
But
do
I mean, if I had all this array, I would, of course, I would.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not feasible for me. So for me, it's a model that's easy.
Yeah.
It's completely out of convenience.
You, जुन tendency छ हाम्रो, for the longest time we played in Stranger, the Stranger
Yes.
amp, right?
Damn it.
You, Lanny, Aru, Blackstar, Marshall, this came very later on in our musical evolution. Took a while for them to come in our musical evolution. But still, त्यो पुरानो amp मा पनि बजाउँदाखेरि we were still trying to get that concept. I still remember the पुरानो ढिक्का हुन्थ्यो overdrive को boss को, and we would try to play NIB on it. And if you can get close to that sound, it used to be like, holy, this is like a eureka moment for all of us. And if you could just play that, you know. Talking about your band and talking about how the musical evolution was taking place, Jindabaad happened. Of course, that happened after Atomic Bush and everything with Vibhushan. What was the one riff, Jun, that you played with Jindabaad that sort of, even you look back and say like, yeah, that's something that I like to this day. That's a tasty riff.
With Jindabaad, certainly the expected song is not my favorite to be playing regularly.
Hey, hold the presses. He doesn't like the most famous song from his band. Which song is that?
It's just it's a pop song. I mean, it's just it was just. I mean, I don't know. It sounds so silly for me. I mean, really.
Looking back, probably. It's
I mean, like just going back to the scene, like it was just Kiran, me, and Razan Dai. Like we were just trying to noodle on something, and you know, and it was just three of us, like trying to jam on, trying to come up with something. And yeah, I mean, it was just my stupid idea to, you know, that we were just like trying to do some syncopated riffs, and that's what I came up with, you know. And I don't know.
I gotta hit you with a story. The first time I saw Jindabaad was 10 years ago in Dasha Dhangshala ko bhitrako त्यो auditorium थियो नि, and you guys I think played. Yeah, you guys played there once. Rohit was still skinny. He still had the big afro. He had the big hair still. त्यति बेला चाहिँ, and so it was you guys. I still remember. It was still you guys. Maybe they kicked you out for that performance.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was seriously. You guys. And I think that was one of the first times you played one of the originals in that venue as well. It was a long time ago.
With Jindabaad.
With Jindabaad, yeah. Because I remember looking at Rohit. And Rohit looks completely different now than when he did before. But I remember he looked like Andrew Stockdale from Wolf Mother. He had the big he had the big afro.
Now he's meteor.
Meatloaf. But the riff, मैले जहिले पनि मन पराएको अस्ति when we played together at Mahashivratri as well was the title track, the Jindabaad. That song.
That's my favorite as well.
That riff, to this day, is one of the best riffs. You gotta go for it.
I'm just gonna figure it out. Because originally I played on my 7-string. I don't have my 7-string right now. But then I will leave my 7-string.
I love it. So, what are you doing in terms of pickup position when you're playing?
No, I mean, we generically we tend to switch to the bridge position when
the bridge position.
Anything heavier that we're doing.
Yeah.
Just the bridge position, really. And yeah, just turn on your high gain.
Mhm.
Not high gain, but like heavier sounding preset.
So you get that chuck, chuck, chuck. That
Yeah.
that nice sound.
But
nice
that's
sound.
also everything from. I mean, the tone just starts from here.
Yes.
I mean, and I've been using this since 2005.
No.
Never look back.
You can hold that up to the camera right
Seriously,
there.
I mean, please sponsor me, Pig Boy. Also Fractal.
They will
I
sponsor
mean,
you.
Because it's a huge thing, you know. When you're beginning, when you're starting, it's your thumb gets so confused,
Yeah.
and you do not know what fits your fingers.
Yeah.
And it took me a while, like years and years, and settled this. Not settled, but I mean the pick of destiny,
Yeah. Pick of destiny.
literally.
Shout
So
out.
I've never changed my picks.
Shout out to Jack Black
Since
right there. And Tenacious D. What are you doing in terms of on your pedal board when you're trying to play Jindabaad? What are you trying to get out of it?
I've got like I mean throughout everybody, not just me, like everybody, whoever uses whatever model or whatever amp, like you tend to use one preset when you're on the stage. I have got like one preset throughout the whole thing.
Mhm.
I don't know where. Oh, I've got like Jindabaad 2018, 2019, 2020. I've also got Jindabaad again. Jesus.
All these patches.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
made,
yeah, I mean, I've just used like one preset with different switchings. I would say, like, for the distortion sounds, I choose the Friedman simulation on the pedal. That's like very Marshall kind of thing because that's home for me.
Yes.
Plexi Marshall sound, crunch lead, yeah, and the clean sound is, I think it's a Fender clean sound, and added delay and reverb and a bit of rotary, Univibe rotary.
Wow.
Added to the clean sound. That's for the other songs preset, and if we had to play spoiling. And
Which is
yeah,
also
just a
fantastic.
single preset, but within a preset, like I can switch it for like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a big change, but I mean, just a single sound for the whole concert.
Sorry, you're locked on, but you must be noodling on the guitar something, right? You must be making something.
I love noodling.
You love noodling. Is there a new riff? Kehi isto naya lick or riff that you've been working on during this lockdown?
I do actually. I've been trying to work on plenty of my materials, like trying to complete the songs. But I mean, I never succeed because whenever I pick up the guitar, I like pick it up without any goal. Yeah, I mean that's not a good start. But I mean, but most of the times I just pick up the guitar and just start noodling, just as a warm up. But I mean, if you really want me to show one of my riffs that I was working on, that I would love to complete, really. Sorry.
Always tune your guitar, kids.
Exactly.
Always tune your guitar.
Yeah, I mean, like, should I? Yeah.
Go for it.
Oopsie. Something like that.
Oh,
It's just like one of those. I wanted to like do something different sounding that I usually do, and because I'm so sick of what I've been doing on the guitar, it's not motivating
I know what
at
you
all.
mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
what
No,
I know what you
you just like I mean, every time you pick up the guitar, you go into your autopilot mode,
mean. Yes.
and you just like either you're like gazing into space and your hands are still there and your mind is somewhere else. So we have to get out of that phase, you know.
My
situation.
fingers are on the pentatonic universe.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
That's
so
so this is a Jindabaad song that you're
no,
working
no,
on.
no, I'm
Okay.
just, it's just like
Just a riff
Just
that you
random. I've got like lots of pieces, snippets of whatever occurs in my daily life, and I just try to record it. That's the beauty of these things. Like whatever comes up, you can just record on your computer.
Right. You were talking about the brand new riff and the noodlings and everything that you do, right? A Sunny ST instrumental album is long due.
Long due.
It's long due. Any thoughts?
Honestly speaking, I'm just like so tired of that kind of, or maybe I'm just not good at it.
No,
I'm just trying to get away from all that. I would love to make songs that are more compositional, like, you know, because music is just not playing a solo over a chord progression.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because there are lots of things behind just a guitar solo.
It's like a full course meal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you get tired of that at some point. And I am in the right phase. I mean, right now I'm in the phase, really. And exactly that's the reason why whenever I pick up the guitar, I've got no goals.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. It's I feel like it's a battle just within me, you know, with myself. I'm trying to find what I want to do on the guitar. So just within that, like lots of things are like getting so confused, and it's also the factor of time that I get to spend with the guitar is difficult. And yeah, if I were to like make originals now, like I definitely not want to do a soloing over chord progressions kind of songs. Not really.
I think every time you picked up a guitar to noodle, I think you've made an instrumental album. Just nobody's heard it yet.
That's just autopilot.
Yeah, that's autopilot,
isn't it? Yeah.
I think, Amro, when we're playing music, when we're just picking up the guitar, Amro, like I admire your work with Jindabaad a lot.
Thank you.
It's inspiring, especially when Plastic Heart came out and everything, right?
Back in 2009,
yeah. It was
2010.
Like nobody heard what a ghost song was before you put out a ghost track inside that album and everything. Why? Who do you look at? Amro, musical peers that we have in our music industry, our seniors, our peers, whoever we are. What is the one riff or one lick that you've admired a lot?
When I started playing guitar, like there were like just two of my favorite bands, Robin and Luza,
yes,
and Mukti and Revival. I mean, those were the two, guitar-based, like vocal-based, like rock bands back then.
Yeah.
So that kind of music really got me into playing guitar. Really, honestly speaking, and even like being connected to those people so closely right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Loser songs, I don't think I can remember, but I'm just gonna try play Mukti Bai's song.
I hope he doesn't sue us.
Just the riff.
Yeah, okay.
Not the song. Yeah, I'm like, Mukti Bai, where's the camera?
It's right there.
For you.
One of my favorite songs.
And just the Strat sound back then,
What are you doing to get the Strat sound out of this one?
Not really, nothing. It was throughout the whole thing. It was just a single preset. It was just out of the guitar.
Oh wow!
Just
so
split.
So all you're doing is from the coil. All
Yeah.
you're getting is from the pickup.
Just the style that I'm picking.
Fantastic. See, that's one of the things also people need to realize watching this is.
It is.
It starts with your guitar.
Exactly. No, it starts from the pick.
Just spoken like a true
maestro. I think
maestro.
we've spoken about this before, no?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of picking up an instrument. That's the beauty of music per se, I could say, is the evolutionary process that you keep tweaking, you always keep fine-tuning, finding and refining. Like you said, after purana geet sune, I'm like, what was I doing? I could have done this like this, I could have done this like this. It's an evolutionary process, isn't it?
It is. Never ending.
Never ending.
Infinity.
What can we expect, Sunny, about 2021 is almost here. What can we expect from
Um,
you, from Jindabaad?
From the band, the guys are working on our lyrical videos for the songs because we've already recorded and passed on our parts. So the lockdown happened when the vocal takes were going on. So I think it's done, and the guys are working on the video, lyrical video, because physically we can't be together shooting in the video because that's going to take a big team, unlike this. So that wasn't possible. So we're just trying to release it on YouTube. We just with the basic, whatever is possible. And yeah, and that's with the band. With myself, every day I wake up, I try to play this instrument, and I fail horribly. And then again, I have to build guitars as well, talk to people, communicate. It's hectic.
Yeah.
And we only have 24 hours.
I know that feels.
And most of the time I sleep very less.
I don't think
We all
artists.
do.
I don't think
We all
musicians
do.
sleep a lot.
We
I don't
all
think-
do.
Yeah, we all do.
Even we try to sleep, we can't.
We can't sleep. It just doesn't happen.
It's just like as soon as we like try to lie down, try to sleep, close our eyes, and we get all the voices there. What the fuck are you doing? That's amazing. What are you doing?
Too tired to sleep.
Exactly. we get all those voices,
Yeah.
don't we?
Exactly when you hit
yeah,
the bed. Yeah.
Exactly.
I-
So yeah, I'm like considering all those.
permutations, combinations.
Exactly.
Well, this one last thing I want to ask you before we call this a day. Monazai, first of all, I want to say thank you.
Thanks to you.
Thank you for coming on
You're
this.
my favorite interviewer.
I think I'm the only interviewer.
I love Raymond as well.
I love him too.
You
I
too,
love him
guys.
too.
I couldn't say no.
It's an honor to have you here because
My pleasure.
you know a lot of people look up to you and look after your sound, and this is for them to know
I
better.
guess. Yeah.
And I would also like to say that since it's been since we've had a little bit of the beers, I think I need to call you a Tootle
What was that?
on my phone because you've had beers.
Yeah,
You cannot drive home now, Sunny.
No, I'm not driving.
Sunny boy.
home, But this is done. See, we
See,
need another one.
I'm still gonna call you a Tootle right now.
Jesus Christ, that's like heights of.
I'm gonna call you a Tootle right now because I don't trust you. And there we go. Your car is there. It's on its way. Before we sign out from Beers, Gears and Riff, there's something special and a bit of a surprise for everyone from Guitar Shop. If I can have this beautiful guitar, please. Thank you very much, Ajay. Hey, this beautiful guitar, the Mantra Moksh, will be given to a very, very select winner. You can find the details in the description, which will be signed by all the artists, starting with Mr. Sunny S. T.
Super.
Sir, would you do the
Oh,
honors?
Jesus Christ.
Yes, remember the Lord. There we go.
What do I sign it though?
Sign anywhere you want.
Because I'm starting, no?
You make it the biggest signature so everybody looks smaller.
No, I'm just gonna make space for everybody. Ooh la la.
Fantastic. There you
That's
go.
my sign, which
That-
gets me into trouble all the time.
That's it.
Whenever I go to the bank.
There we go. If you ever want, take money from him, just learn this signature. Right there. This lucky guitar with signatures from all our guests will be up for grabs. For more details, check out the description on the YouTube channel, YouTube video for this one. Just check out the descriptions of how you can win this guitar. Hey, Sunny, thank you so much for being here, man. This has been my pleasure. This has been my honor. And it's always a good time spending time with you. In front of the camera, behind the camera,
Very much.
on the dance floor, everywhere.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. I hope to see you soon. And that's it. Here from Arna Beers, Gears and Riffs, powered by LSR, Little Star Records, and also supported by Tootle, by Achaar Ghar, by Inline Creation, and Guitar Shop. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Till next time, I will see you when I see you. Sunny ST.
Cheers.
So-
It's done.